So now we're gonna look at the 3-phase knocking system. You may have heard of this before, but what it is it's basically that we're gonna be hitting the same area 3 different times. So if you imagine that there's just one street and we're walking down that street, the first time we hit it, let's say we're out there for 4 hours. Hour and a half is just gonna be going through, finding signs of life. And we're just gonna say, okay, someone looks like they're home here. It's earlier in the day. You're not gonna spend your time on ones that are clearly empty. And so you talk to those people, make sure you mark it in your system, and you went through the whole street. Now what you're gonna do is for the next hour and a half, you're going to loop back and see all the other people that are there. This time you're knocking every single door, because at that point in the day, people should just be home. So even if it looks like they're not, there's a chance that they are in the garage, the car might be, or like whatever it is. So knock every single door. Make sure that we actually hit those and keep track of it and see who's home and who's not. And then what you're gonna run into is you get to the very end of the street that time after an hour and a half. You're gonna loop back again for the last hour of the day, or however long you have left in the day, and you're either hitting all of the go-backs, the people that told you to come back, or you're just gonna be hitting all the doors that weren't home the first time or the second time. And now that you loop through those ones, at that point with this 3-phase knocking system, you should have talked to everybody. Or if you knocked on doors where people weren't home, really this time they might answer because you've knocked on their door enough at this point. They're like, okay, who is that? So we're actually gonna be able to talk to everybody. We're gonna help a lot more people this way because we're actually making sure we're doing that, whereas potentially other people that knock doors aren't doing something as systematic and as structured, and they're just catching all the people that might be home earlier and not anyone that's home later. So when doing this, you don't need to be just non-stop, although it's gonna be super efficient if you are. If you need to take a break in the middle, probably just do one loop, come back, take a 5, 10, 15-minute break, whatever you need to do, just grab water, warm up in the car or cool down in the car depending on the season. And otherwise, just keep at it and you'll be able to find a lot of success with this system.